Awesome. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to go over how to set up Bookmap. This is going to be the onboarding process. I take care of this every single Wednesday at market close, and then Bruce is every single Friday at 1 p.m. EST, and then Dan is every single Monday. I believe, I don't know where the schedule went for it, but Dan takes care of it every single Monday. So let's go ahead. Let's hop right into this. The goal of today's webinar is to get you up and running with Bookmap, how to add data, as well as how to add the symbols inside of Bookmap. So first off, to start off, you want to log in to bookmap.com, which, there we go. When you go to bookmap.com, you're going to see up here at the top right, it is going to say to log in. You want to make sure to click on that. Now, once you click on that, sign into your account, and the way that you're going to be able to tell that you are signed in is up here is going to say your account name. So in this example, you can see it says Bookmap Bruce. That is because he is logged in via Bookmap. Now, when you are logged in on your homepage, it's going to look just like this. Your Bookmap license key is going to be right here. Now, the first thing that you want to do is you want to download Bookmap. So the way that you are going to download Bookmap is right here. You can see it says select system. You're going to choose the system that you use, whether it be, Windows, Mac, etc. And then as far as the version, there is a couple different versions that can pop up, but I suggest going with production. Sometimes alpha will pop up, but personally I use production. So again, choose your system, your version, and then all you have to do is click download from there. Now, once you download Bookmap, the next thing that you want to do is you want to add a data subscription. So once you add your data subscription, staying on your homepage or your user dashboard, you can see that there's this button right here that says add subscription. So what you want to do is you want to click on that. Now it's going to take you, depending on if you're logged in, this is where it's important to make sure that you are logged in to your Bookmap account. Because if you're not logged in, it's going to take you to your core subscriptions page instead, right? Now, the way that you can tell if you're not logged in is it's just going to say log in up here. But if you hit add subscription and you are logged in, like in this example right here, it's going to take you to a page to where now you can add the data to your Bookmap. So on the Bookmap page, you can see, or to add your subscription, you can see that there's a few different variations of what you can select and add to your Bookmap account. As far as data, the first one that we're going to review is Bookmap Futures data. So when it comes to choosing your futures data, it depends on what you trade, right? So if you like to trade the S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, Russell futures, then you want to stick with the CME bundle, which is $17 for the first month and then $34 every single month after that. If you were to trade, let's say, oil, you would want to go with the NYMEX, which again is going to be $17 for the first month and then $34 every month after that. If you like to trade gold or any other metals, that's all going to fall under COMEX. Again, going to be $17 for the first month and $34 each month after that. So it's really up to you, and it's based off of, you as a trader, what do you trade? If you trade multiple different instruments that are under multiple different exchanges, then it makes the most sense to go with the CME bundle, which is going to include CME, CBOT, NYMEX, and COMEX, which is going to be $79 for every single month. So once you select that data there, you'll then add it to your account, depending on the futures instrument that you trade. However, if you trade equities, say stocks like Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, etc., you want to look at the Bookmap equities data or the DXFeed stocks data. So the Bookmap data, it's the NASDAQ total view and NLS, which is going to be $29 for the first month and then $59 for every single month after that. Or if you want to go with DXFeed, you can, which again, there's two different variations that you can select from. Do you want the NASDAQ depth data, which is going to be $69 every single month? Or do you want the EdgeX depth data, which is going to be $59 every month? Or if you want both in the bundle, it's going to be $59 for the first month and then $119 for each month after. So it's really up to you when you trade equities on which one you want to go with, either DX feed or Bookmap equities data. And we've gotten a lot of positive feedback with the Bookmap equities data as well. So now once you've added your data, you then want to open up Bookmap. So what we're going to do from here is we're actually going to open up Bookmap. I'm going to open Bookmap and show you guys how to go through this. So before we open up Bookmap, there's actually, as you can see, a few different options that we can select, right? So the first one is going to be simulation mode. Now, what simulation mode is it's real-time market data, but it's not through a live account. Like you're not trading with live capital. So again, it is live data, but it's not live capital with simulation mode. Trading mode, however, again, is going to be real-time live data, but you can route trades directly through Bookmap with real live funds, whether it be, through your prop firm or personal account. You can route your trades straight through Bookmap within trading mode. Okay. And as far as, hold on one second. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like trading mode is for real live trading. Sim is for fake trading. Now the final thing is going to be replay mode. Replay mode is used to go back and back test, but you must have live data and record your trades selected if you are routing trades through Bookmap. But the most important thing is going to be having record live data, or you're not going to be able to pull up previous market days. So as long as your data is being recorded, whenever you open Bookmap, you can go into replay mode and you can reopen previous trading days and go back and back test through it via replay mode. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to open up trading mode. Reconnect. Give this a second while it opens. There we go. And we are going to go through the 3-step process on adding an adapter as well as connection. And then I'm going to show you guys how to insert a futures instrument, stock instrument, as well as crypto. So the first thing that we want to do is add the adapter. Go up here into connections, and then you want to click configure. Now what you want to do is click add connection. Now from here where it says platform, go down here to where it says add/remove platform. I forgot to remove it, so let's go ahead and remove Bookmap data. So you'll scroll down until you find Bookmap data after hitting add/remove platform, which you can see right here, Bookmap data. You want to make sure to install it. Okay. Now, as we can see, the adapter was installed. Click OK, and then go back here. So again, make sure you have add connection selected. Go to platform, and then find Bookmap data, and then select that. As far as your server location, choose the one that you are closest to. I personally live in the US, so I'm going to choose USA as my server location. And then I'm going to hit OK with that. So now if we go back into connections, you can see that Bookmap data was the adapter as well as the connection is now within our Bookmap. Now what we want to do, because I'm going to show you guys how to insert a stock, you then want to click add connection again. Go up here to where it says platform, and then find DX feed. The adapter is already inserted into Bookmap. All we have to do is add the actual data. So again, platform, DX feed, and then click OK. And that's all we need for right now. So now to add a futures instrument, go back up into connections, and you want to make sure to select Bookmap data. Now, when you select it, give it a second to load. There we go. When you select it, you can see that this blue check mark pops up. It has now been selected, and you can add a futures instrument. So what we are going to input is, let's just do the ES futures. So our platform wants to be Bookmap data. Type is going to be futures. The exchange, since we're pulling up the S&P futures, that is going to be under CME. So you want to change your exchange, again, depending on what you're trading. If you're doing gold, you could do COMEX, or if you're trading oil, you could do NYMEX. But because we're doing the S&P, we'll choose CME. And then as far as the symbol, we are going to type in We're going to type in ESZ5. ESZ5. Now I'll show you guys here in a little bit. If you need help figuring out what the symbol is, there's actually a guide on Bookmap walking you through how to do that. So for now, the symbol is ESZ5. That is the current expiration. Now, as far as adding historical data, you can load previous data on Bookmap. You can actually load up to 7 days worth of data. That's going to take quite a while to load. So we're only going to do 1 hour of previous data, and then we're going to hit subscribe. So now give this a second to load. And there we go. So now we have the S&P futures pulled up on Bookmap, and we can start reading the order flow and, trading it right away. So now that you know how to pull up futures, let's go ahead and let's pull up an individual stock. So now again, as far as, go back. Now to add the selected, or to add stocks, you want to go up here to where it says connections, click that, but now we want to make sure to select DX feed. Now, once we select DX feed, again, you can see the same thing. It has been selected with that blue check mark. Now we want to go down here to where it says add instrument again, hit that plus button. Now, when you're doing stocks, you want to switch your platform from Bookmap data to DX feed. Okay. Now, if I wanted to pull up Tesla, I would simply just type in TSLA. You always want to make sure to pull up the common stock. So Tesla Inc. common stock. And again, you can load up to 7 days worth of data. For this presentation, I'm only going to do 1 hour of data, so it loads quicker. Give that a second while it loads. Tesla's about to report earnings if they didn't already. Okay, perfect. So now that is how you are going to add a individual stock on a Bookmap, and we start reading and using the order flow right away. Now, the other thing is with Bookmap, if you have a subscription through Bookmap data, you can also access crypto. So to add crypto, we're going to go back to add instrument. That's all going to be through Bookmap data. But now, as far as the type, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to change this. Okay, so we're going to change it from futures. There's a couple different options you can choose. You can choose perpetual or spot. I'm going to go ahead with spot for this one. And then from there, you want to make sure that you use multi-book, right? Now, what the multi-book does is this consolidates 4 exchanges into one instrument. So you can see that we have Binance, this is Ethereum. Let's pull up Bitcoin real quick. BTC USD. Hold on 1 second. BTC USD. Okay, so there's a couple of different options that you can go with. We'll actually go ahead with the first one, BTC USD. So you can see that it's taking a few different exchanges and it's consolidating it into one. So you're getting data from multiple different exchanges. Now, when it comes to adding specifically Bitcoin, you want to make sure that you change the tick size. The tick size is what pops up right here. So you can see on Tesla, my tick size is like 20 cents. So every interval over here is within 20 cents. So if you did that on Bitcoin, because it is, I think, like 115,000, it would be popping up with every single dollar over here, which, that's a lot of data for Bookmap to try to load. So personally, I would keep the tick size either 25 or 50 or 20 or 50. We're going to keep 50 for now. And then again, I'm just going to do 1 hour of data and I'm going to hit subscribe. So now I'll give this a second to load. And there you go. So now we can see every tick size is $50. So that is how you are going to add crypto as well as futures and individual stocks. Yeah, so as far as that's how you set up Bookmap. But some other things that you guys can use, if you go to the Bookmap website, pull it up on my other monitor real quick. Oh, it's going to do this. Hold on 1 second. I got to pull it up on a different browser. There we go. So if you go onto the Bookmap website, there's actually a lot of free education. So if you go into bookmap.com and you find the Learning Center, which is right here, you can see that there's a bunch of free courses on here. How to get started, Bookmap features, connecting to data, you know, some of the stuff that we went through today. The add-ons and indicators. There's free trading courses here, one of them from Bruce, another from JTrader, as well as from me on how to trade 0DT options on SPY and QQQ by using order flow with Bookmap. So tons of free courses on here, but also we have what is known as the knowledge base. It's kind of breaking down everything that you'll see in the courses, but in text form. So if you prefer to, you know, go ahead and read through it, you can do it that way. Or also, if you do have an account with Bookmap, you can join the Discord, which is going to be free. All you have to do again is to have an account with Bookmap, and you can join the Discord. But as far as the symbols that I was talking about earlier, because sometimes, you know, it is a little confusing to figure out which symbol to pull up on Bookmap. If we were to go back to this, go to knowledge and hit symbol table, it's going to take you to this screen right here. And it's going to show you exactly how to set up or what exactly to input into Bookmap to pull up the data. So like if we were looking at, where's S&P futures? The S&P futures here, if we're using Bookmap data, it would just be ES, the monthly expiration, which we are using right now as December, which is Z, and then the end of the year, which is 5. So again, to pull it up on the S&P, it would be ESZ5, or for NQ, it would be NQZ5. So again, that is going to be found under the symbol base, or what is it called? Symbols table. And then also, if you're on the Learning Center, you can just go ahead and scroll down. You can see that we do have an event calendar right here. So Bookmap does host multiple events every single day. So if you wanted to go ahead and join, let's just say Bruce on the 27th, all you have to do is click on this, add it to your calendar. Here's the link right there to sign in or to access it. Or if you wanted to, just go ahead and click on trading options like a pro using Bookmap. Again, same thing, click on it. There's the link right there. So tons of free events that you can join on Bookmap. Again, all you need is an account and join the Discord with that free account. So yeah, I think that is everything. Bruce, is there anything you want to chime in on? And anybody else who has questions, feel free to type them in the chat. Whether it's Discord, Zoom, YouTube, any questions at all, type them up. Awesome. Let me see. Any recommendations for futures, NQ, and ES for the tick? So pulling up my ES, this is personally how I keep it. So it looks like I have it at 0.5, but it's personal preference. If you want to have it at 1 or 5, you can. But this is just personally how I keep mine. And then is this tool? I'm guessing that's only for scalping, or can it be used for swing trading as well? Mainly day trading. Or at least that's how I primarily use it, is day trading. Yes, Tammy, this is recorded and you can access it on YouTube, as well as, do you post it anywhere in the Discord, Bruce? Okay, so it's accessible on YouTube as soon as this is done. Just find the Bookmap YouTube and you can find it. And then I heard there were some settings to enable icebergs. What would that be if it's a thing? So you would need access to the icebergs, but all you would do is go into configure add-ons. You would find manage add-ons, and then you would install it, and then you would simply just select it. So I have the subchart right now, but on chart is right here. And then can you explain how to read the order book in combination with the chart? So Nico, as far as that, again, I would go over to the free trainings that we have on Bookmap, especially in my course, I go through it a lot, how I combine key levels with the order flow. I think in this video right here, putting it all together. But yeah, I would watch these courses and take notes because there's a lot of value in them and how I use it in real time. Can you flash your settings? What do you mean? Like this? Like up here? And then can we connect Bookmap data on Ninja? It would be the opposite way. You would connect a Rhythmic account to Bookmap and then send your orders through Bookmap. If that's what you mean. Make sure I'm not missing any on Discord. Tammy, you would just need access to the Bookmap data. So once you have access to Bookmap data, again, you can add your crypto instruments, choose either perpetual, spot, which we went over, and then type in the symbol and subscribe. But it's all routed through the Bookmap platform and data. And then how do I turn off Bookmap audio? You must have it selected through an instrument, or not an instrument, sorry, a add-on. So you would just have to find that add-on and then deselect it. Cool. Any other questions you guys have? Anybody? Going once. Going twice. Awesome. Well, Bruce, anything you want to add? Awesome. Well, sounds good, everybody. Let's do it again next Wednesday. Everybody have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys then.